The Cubs and the White Sox are both fighting for playoff positioning, and the two teams do battle tonight at Wrigley Field. We'll break down the game for you, cover the side, the total, and a player prop. I'm Steve Seagrave from Picks and Parlays, and we are in action tonight with Client Plays 5% MLB max bet. We're 7-2 at those plays so far this season, and we have one locked and loaded again tonight. I do have a special offer to share with you towards the end of the video. But for now, if you guys enjoy this content, you know what to do. Hit that like button if you would. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And drop your MLB picks in the comment section. Who you got tonight? Sides, totals, props. Lay it on me in the comments, and I'll be checking those and responding back. So we got White Sox at Cubs. First pitch, 8:05 p.m. Eastern from Wrigley Field. White Sox coming off a series where they swept the Detroit Tigers on the road, giving themselves a nice lead in the AL Central, while the Cubs dropped 2 of 3 against the Cardinals as they continue to fight for a wild card spot, or maybe outside chance. Maybe they could catch the Brewers. These two teams did face each other in May at the White Sox, and the White Sox took 2 of 3 head-to-head in that one. However, tonight the Cubs are favored pretty heavily, minus 156 on the money line. Total sits at 8.5. However, there has been money coming in on the White Sox as the Cubs did open closer to minus 165 or so. And we've also had money coming in on the over as this one opened at 8. Obviously, we're playing at Wrigley Field. Weather has a big impact. Weird weather tonight. Temps in the 70s. Not wind kind of blowing across the outfield, essentially. So interesting to see how that will impact the bats tonight. So we got Luis Castillo against Shota Imanaga. Imanaga is a lefty. He's 8-9 on the year, 3.74 on the ERA, 1.10 on the WHIP. Coming off a rough outing, though, where he allowed 4 earned runs across only 4 2/3 against the Nationals, and he allowed 3 home runs in that one. So both these pitchers can struggle with giving up the long ball. And then you look at current White Sox batting against Imanaga. They're batting .389, 2 home runs, but a very short sample size, only 19 plate appearances. However, in the short amount of plate appearances they've had, they have hit him pretty well. Looking at Castillo, 4-9 on the year. ERA sits just below 5, and his WHIP sits at 1.35. He is actually coming off maybe one of his best outings of the season at home against the Reds. He threw 7 scoreless in that one. However, I just don't trust Castillo anymore. He used to be a pitcher that I would back. This season, though, hasn't been quite as trustworthy. And then current Cubs, big sample size, 114 plate appearances, pretty solid numbers, hitting .262, 4 home runs against Castillo. So we mentioned both pitchers do give up the long ball. Castillo can struggle with the free passes a little bit. The strength in this game, pitching-wise, in my opinion, is the bullpens. You look at the last 30 days, White Sox 5th in ERA, 7th in WHIP. White Sox bullpen's been pretty good for the majority of the season, as the Cubs have been pretty solid too. Last 30 days, 12th in ERA and 8th in WHIP. So I think we see runs early in this one. I think the weather is kind of like middle of the road. It's not one of those games where Wrigley where the wind's blowing out and you get a total of 13. It's also not like wind blowing directly in where you get a total of 6.5 either. I like the Cubs here. I don't trust Castillo. I don't really trust Imanaga either, though. I really think the way to go here is look towards this being a high-scoring game. I think the over is the best bet. I like the Cubs. It's just too pricey for me at close to minus 160, minus 156. Not a ton of value, and I'm just not a big fan anymore of backing. I haven't been a fan of it for a long time, but I'm at my wit's end with backing home teams on the run line. as they kind of can get that ninth inning or extra innings cut off. So I think our best look here is the over 8.5. Go with the line movement here. Despite the weather kind of being middle of the road, we have a Cubs team that's number 2 in runs scored on the year. Over the last 30 days against righties, solid numbers. 8th in WRC+, 13th in ISO power. They also have the second highest walk rate against righties over the last 30 days. So if Castillo struggles with command, Cubs get some guys on base. They have the bats that can make them pay for it. You look at the White Sox last 30 days. This team's crushing lefties. 4th in WRC+, 8th in ISO power. You look at the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, their numbers are even better. Again, I hate to just keep focusing on Castillo. He's averaging almost close to 2 home runs allowed per 9 innings on the season. Struggling on the road, ERA of 5.49 when he pitches on the road. He is coming off a very good outing, a great outing. I just don't see him replicating it here against this Cubs lineup. Then we mentioned the bullpens, both solid numbers. However, White Sox pen is a bit taxed. They used a ton of arms over the weekend to secure that sweep against the Tigers. I see runs here tonight. I'm back in the over. And with that, we also have a player prop for you guys. And we're going to go to Nico Hoerner to go over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Great price here, -107. We've seen Hoerner record a hit in 6 of his last 7 games. Now, he has fallen short of this HRR number in 4 straight. However, he's put up at least 1 HRR now in 7 straight games. Obviously, a hit in 6 of those games. I think the other game he scored a run. But he's just got great numbers against Castillo, the best in the Cubs lineup. He's 6 for 11 against him. Not a ton of power, but he does have a double. We just mentioned Castillo struggling on the road. And then Hoerner's going to be batting 6th tonight, or projected to bat 6th. Maybe he's 5th. I don't see him batting much lower than 6th. But if Castillo puts guys on base, Hoerner's going to have some nice RBI opportunities. So let's go over the 8.5. And let's go with Nico Hoerner. Over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Guys, I mentioned the 5% play. Locked and loaded. It's there's an additional play in there, so it's $39. But I got a great deal for you guys. You get the rest of the year all access over at Picks and Parlays. $799. It's $696, so close to 50% off of the normal price. And this package is going to include every sport for you. 5% plays, MLB, NBA and NHL when they come around. Obviously NFL and college football coming around. WNBA, college hoops. It's 47% off of the normal price on this package. And you get the rest of my plays right through the calendar year of 2026. And we're looking to finish out the year strong, get into some football. Already into some football. We cashed our one preseason player. It was a 4% ticket on the Cardinals, and we cashed that one. So look to stay hot and keep cashing tickets. Hopefully cash our eighth of 10 5% plays on the season tonight in the MLB. If you're looking for something more short term, you can still get the buy 3 days, get 3 days free. And if you guys are looking for a link to my page, that's pnp.buzz/SS. The link's in the description. pnp.buzz/SS. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like button on the way out. Drop a comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Good luck tonight.